Welcome to Trailers from Hell. In light of Quentin Tarantino's forthcoming Django Unchained, you might want to look at the seed of his inspiration, which I'm sure will result in the ultimate celebration of the spaghetti western, though for co-production finance reasons there was always a good helping of paella mixed with the pasta, sometimes sauerkraut and occasionally frog's legs. Euro pudding, as those co-productions came to be known. Gladiators, pistoleros, low-budget Bond rip-offs, badly dubbed but lively fun. I saw a ton of them throughout the 60s, but not Django, directed by Sergio Corbucci. It remained banned in England and Australia for 20 years. Django was a huge success in Europe and Asia. Franco Nero was totally surprised that it made him a star. 11 years ago, I cast him as the Antichrist's father-in-law. Omega Code 2, it's a hoot and a holler. He was a thoughtful actor and easy to work with. During the shoot, he told me stories about Django, some of which I could repeat, like the fact that they started shooting in December 1965 without a script, only an outline. They stopped shooting for the Christmas break when director Sergio Corbucci and his brother Bruno wrote an expanded treatment of every scene. Still not a full screenplay. Dialogue was often written on the set, and there is more dark humor in the Italian language version. Shooting continued with the symbolic bringer of death dragging a coffin into town in wintry conditions outside Rome, which was just the look Corbucci wanted. An anti-Western to confront the Hollywood myth. An old west of filth, racism, whiskey, and butt-ugly whores. Cruel acts in cruel surroundings in a town that's a mud-caked purgatory. You see an abundance of bad guys in hoods. This was because there was a shortage of good-looking extras who were all working on bigger-budgeted pictures. Only the old and ugly guys were left. So Corbucci decided to cover them up and chose red hoods to stand out in the winter light. A great decision resulting in a startling look, perhaps evocative of the Inquisition. Corbucci was a fierce anti-clerical. Also, from a practical standpoint, the same 4 stuntmen could be used over and over again. The film was rushed to completion inside 4 months. The success of Sergio Leone's Per un pugno di dollari had triggered an avalanche of derivatives. Corbucci had needed to shoot some impressive footage quickly to hook an ambivalent Spanish company into co-financing and getting a Western into the marketplace that outdid all the Leone imitations in violence. Django's legendary sadism is relatively tame by today's standards, but a man being made to eat his own ear was startling in the mid-60s. Some of the shock value was also in the new cynical amorality and nihilist tone. Even with Spanish co-financing, it remained a very low-budget production. Despite a body count in excess of 150, squib hits on people and their surroundings were too expensive for most of the scenes of gunplay. Sometimes Corbucci could be careless, as when the man who'd had his ear severed is shot down, clearly revealing both ears intact. Yet the final image of a blood-stained gun wedged against a cross as the mutilated hero staggers backlit up the hill beyond, his pain unrelieved by revenge, is indicative of what Corbucci could be capable of. The title role was originally offered to Mark Damon, who went on to be a successful producer and sales agent. Nero was ultimately chosen because he had the same dark hair and piercing blue eyes that Clint Eastwood displayed to such effect in A Fistful of Dollars. Despite its international success, Django performed poorly in the US, lost in a crowd of Euro-Westerns tagging behind the Dollars trilogy. Today it stands as the only non-Leone spaghetti Western that has a similar cult following.